Give him the forecast.
Omega level threat detected.
Ancient sands, heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to do so by now, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And to go a step further, I humbly ask that you tap that notification bell. That way you'll be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new, honey, okay? Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at YBSpeaks, as well as my TikTok page at YBSpeaks, okay? Still putting some things together, editing some content for the health and wealth platform over there on TikTok. So please bear with me. As soon as I get all of that shit handled, okay, I will provide the link and y'all can go over there and support that platform as well. Okay. Hello, God. Ciao. First of all, how's everybody doing? Hope y'all are okay. All right. It is Sunday. I'm trying to do better at going live and getting that engagement going, child, and actually getting that engagement back, okay? Slowly but surely, all right? What's up, Nick? How you doing? Welcome to the platform. We have a lot of things in the docket today. There's only so much you can fit on a thumbnail, okay? But those are the main things that we're going to be getting into in this live, okay? But there are some other things that I wanted to talk about before we get into those things, all right? And the first thing I want to discuss is I don't like when people try to play on me. When people try to play on what I've done, hello God, what I have accomplished, okay, in these many years, I know that my platform is not where it should be for the years that I've put in, but I want to let people know that in the realm of web reality. And I know a lot of y'all probably like, child, like why do you care? I don't care, but I start to care when I notice that people are trying to be intentionally shady towards me. And I let a lot of shit fly because I smell it, I sense it, I feel it, I hear it. I'm not a dumb bitch. I can connect the dots, okay? A lot of people do things in a certain way, so the audience can't pinpoint exactly who you're talking about. If you leave things up in innuendo and leave things up to, the imagination, motherfuckers like to always say, oh, that's it's up for interpretation. But you know exactly what the fuck it is that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to let, and a lot of people, like, shout out to Kat, shout out to Jace, shout out to a lot of the people that fuck with me. They always telling me, you need to pop your shit every once in a while. You need to pop out and show niggas, because it seems like people have forgotten. And it's selective, hello God, memory for me. And I just want to let the people know that I care, but I don't care. But what we're not going to, you can run your shit the way you're going to run your shit, but please, 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 please do it your way. And when I'm brought up, when I need y'all to be respectful. Please don't be out here picking no sides, especially for you new cunts out here in the world that are in the web reality in space right now. Please, please. I'm more of a keep it real kind of guy. Hello, God. I'm a very communicative person. If there's an issue, if there's a problem, you can reach out to me. I'm very active on social media, baby. You can always catch me on Instagram. Okay? Especially if you don't know me. See, the thing about it is, though, y'all be trying to act shady, right? But see, you don't know me, but you know of me. Hello, God. And you think by not saying my name, that goes to your narrative of like, girl, we don't know her. Bitch, no. You can never Mariah me, bitch. You can never Mariah me, bitch. And there's no reason. There's no reason for any of that. I've been hovering in the ether of life. And you know, I'm not gonna come out and say who, I'm not gonna say what. I'm just gonna let you know I know. Okay? This is not, I want to let y'all know, for those that know my history, I'm not the one. I don't start nothing with nobody. I finish everything. Still to this day, there are girls who have been left with no words to speak. Their voice has been snatched like Ariel from under the sea, girl, because I read them for filth, for dust. Okay? Please put some motherfucking respect on my name, what I've accomplished, hello God, what the people close to me, hello God, have accomplished as well. Okay? There's no need to be shady. And I want to let something else be known. To you web reality girls out here, across all platforms, whether it's chasing reality, I'm really speaking to chasing reality because that's what's happening currently, but I'm speaking to everybody. I want to let y'all know something. Us reviewers in this space, particularly of web series, I'm gonna need y'all to put some respect on us because let's tell the truth, girl. Your show, your presence, y'all love, let me just say this. Y'all love to get on these interviews or these platforms and say, well, y'all are watching us. Y'all are looking at us. Y'all are reviewing the show that we're on. That's true. But baby, we're the only ones doing it. There ain't no big name girls with all these millions of subscribers and followers, and there's no there. If that were the case, your numbers would definitely be numbering. Your profile after the show is over with would be much grander and higher than, girl, a lot of y'all girls have been forgotten. A lot of y'all girls are living under bridges, not literally, but figuratively. Hello, God. Some of y'all girls haven't even hit your peak. Some of you girls ain't welcome back for another season. You've been left in the dust. A lot of you girls are down to the call center. Your careers have not elevated at all. So please, yes, some of us can be shady. Yes, some of us touch on things differently than others. Yes, some of us are just some mean cunts. Yes, some of us are just, but girl, let's tell the truth. We're the only source of media that y'all got. So the disrespect that y'all be giving, it's not needed, required, nor desired. I understand a lot of y'all getting your feelings, and let me tell you the truth. The only reason y'all be getting y'all feelings is because you're not actually doing the things that you say that you're doing. Let's tell the truth. A lot of y'all girls are not doing the things that you say that you are doing. Again, when the show is off, you are back to your regular scheduled programming, girl. There's no more posting. There's no elegance anymore. There's no I'm this or I'm that or I'm this or I'm that, girl, because you down there to the Amazon slinging boxes, girl. Hello. Y'all girls don't be making no music like that. Y'all girls don't be doing nothing y'all say y'all got going on during the show is going on after the show. A lot of y'all girls weren't even doing shit before the show. You just decided to finally want to do something because you're on the show. So stop disrespecting the reviewers and the people that actually support these platforms, because without us, there would be no you. Without the audience, honey, there would be no you. And like I said before, it's not like, that's why I got kind of pissed off when Markel chose the bad girl bitch or whatever. No one cares. And it's disrespectful because it's like, y'all be trying, again, like the gays do. We live in this delusional fucking world where we think we're greater than what we are. And you be trying to put extra sauce on something that, girl, you already got the recipe. It's a simple recipe. You pull from your own community. Again, it doesn't have to be me. That's not what we're talking about here. It could be just someone within the community. These girls ain't reaching. I know what you're trying to do, but at the same time, it's disrespectful to the community in which that actually promotes and loves on y'all and that gives y'all exposure. Yes, a lot of us don't have the numbers needed, required, and desired to really push y'all to the next envelope. But bitch, when you look at the platforms that interview, none of the platforms have over 100,000 subscribers. Some barely got over 50. Some barely got over 40. Some barely got over 20. So all I'm saying though is, in the humblest way possible, just like calm the fuck down. You're on a public stage, girl, where you're going to be ridiculed and criticized sometimes. And yes, there's only like brief moments that we get to know of you throughout the show. We know that we're condensing down these situations and we don't get the full context or the full scope. But that's where I have to step in and say, you have to be able, then you need to be more mindful of what it is that you're showing on the show. You need to be a lot more mindful of how you're portraying yourself on the show, so that every moment captured with that camera is you. You ain't gonna have to worry about the editing process. You're not gonna have to worry about when Dario and the girls sit down and go to edit the scenes or the episodes and or the season, girl. Let's tell the truth. You're not gonna have nothing to worry about because you know that you gave your true authentic self in every single moment that was captured. So all of this shit about, oh, well, you guys only get to see so much, girl, then that's the time for you should that's a challenge then. That's an opportunity for you to give what needs to be given. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Again, stop trying to shit on us. Because if we stop reviewing the show, y'all have no media outlet, y'all have nothing. And these executive producers, whoever the fuck, y'all need to be pushing your cast to do interviews, to be continuously posting. Again, these interviews don't have to be with every one of us. They don't have to be with every one of us. Pick a platform, whether it's the Chasing panel, whether it's the Prelude girl, whether it's TTB, whether it's Really Be Ebby, whoever it's gonna be. Key and Carrie girl, you got who else? Harviana. Y'all got a lot of there's some good platforms out here to get involved in. We ain't gonna kiss no ass. We're not gonna be hunting y'all down and begging. You may get a DM real quick. Hey, we're interested in interviewing you. It's up to you from there. But I really do feel like, and I know there's a lot of nasty cunts out here who really go there and are disrespectful. Lord knows I have been that way in the past. A lot of the girls think that I'm some evil cunt, but girl, I just be spilling the truth, girl. Y'all hate when a girl, the real ones deal out truth and justice on your ass, and you're forced to see the real you. A lot of y'all can't take the fact of how y'all came out on the show. It was good when you were filming, but now that it's out and you're receiving the opinions that you're receiving, now you got a problem with it, Chef Messi. Hello. You got a problem with it. You got pushback for every little thing. What's up, House of D? What's up, man? How you doing, boo? Happy Sunday. So I just wanted to get that off my chest real quick. Stop disrespecting, and before you come for me, do your research. Hello, do your research. Please do. Chef Messi from Chasing Dallas. Remember, he was doing all of that backpedaling and pussy popping when we started to see him for his worth, child. Okay. Over there selling lies and foolishness and getting mad at people for calling him out because of the behavior he decided to display on our good old screens. And there are many people like him. He's the most recent, culprit in the matter. Okay. Hello, God. I'm not going to get into who, I'm not going to get into who exactly it was. It wasn't just one person. It's been a couple of motherfuckers out here, and they're not putting a name on it, but I can, me, my spidey sense be tingling, I can tell, and I be like, okay. And it's so crazy too, because I be wanting to support, but when I hear people trying to be a little, okay, I don't support anybody because there's no reason to go against me. There's no reason to talk about me on that level, but there is a reason to give me my things. When we talk about this realm, web reality, give me my things, bitch. Period. It is what it is. Girl, until you get motherfuckers in your comment section and people hounding you and wanting your opinions on these shows, when you've become a fixture and a staple, hello God, the girl, they know exactly. Again, don't worry about the numbers. You worry about the impact, bitch. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb, honey, okay? Period. So moving on, I wanted to, where is it? I wanted to get into, like I said, we're going to get into a couple things before we get into the main topics that are highlighted in the thumbnail. I find this to be important, girl. So we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So for those that don't know, Listeria, child, there's been a heavy, deadly outbreak of Listeria, child, reaping its ugly head throughout the United States of America, honey. And before we get into that story, I just wanted to give a definition. I just wanted to really get into what Listeria is, because I know we all hear that word. Over the past couple of years, Listeria has been everywhere, girl. And I find it weird that no one's really trying to have these conversations, because I think it's important, because this has to do with our food. And people act like, girl, we don't even care. You should care. Okay? So Listeria is a type of bacteria that can contaminate food and cause a serious but rare illness called listeriosis, whatever the fuck, girl. Listeria is a disease-causing bacteria that can grow in cool, damp environments, including soil, water, and decaying vegetation. All right. It can also survive and grow in refrigeration and other food preservation methods. Listeria can contaminate food through a variety of ways, including food processing. Okay. Listeria can contaminate food during harvesting, processing, preparation, packaging, transportation, or storage. Animals, child, many animals carry Listeria without appearing sick, and the bacteria can be found in foods made from these animals. Girl, and your pets too, girl. Pets can spread Listeria in the home if they eat food contaminated with bacteria. The symptoms, this is what to look out for, child, okay? Because you'll be surprised. So this is what to look out for, child. The symptoms of Listeria can range from mild to severe and include fever, muscle aches, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions, girl. The more people that are at risk are pregnant people, developing fetuses, people 65 or older, and people with a weakened immune system are at the greatest risk of severe infection. The ways to prevent this is you can take steps to prevent infections, such as keeping pre-cut produce refrigerated at home. I wanted to point out what they said, girl. People who have a weakened immune system are more prone. How can we have strong immune systems when every single food and beverage product has these deadly toxic chemicals in them that indeed destroy our immune system? And in a lot of cases, like Skittles, people are talking about, have the power to change your DNA structure, bitch. Okay, so that's what Listeria is. So I want to go into the story, girl. Okay. Yeah, let's get into the story. All right, so this is according to the New York Times, all right? Boar's Head, which is crazy because that's the meat I always get at Publix when I get my son. Love Boar's Head turkey, girl. Hello, God. No cheese. Take some of the bread out of the middle. We don't need the extra carbs, okay? And then what we do is, hello, God, we put some tomato on there, some banana peppers, some black olives, okay? Some cucumber, salt, pepper, oregano, a little bit of vinegar, sub sauce. Then we go spinach, lettuce, salt, pepper, oregano, a little bit more, hello, God, vinegar, and sub sauce. Oh, of course, mayonnaise and a splash of mustard. Okay? That's my sandwich. But girl, please. Now I have to switch that up. Boar's Head shuts down Virginia plant tied to Listeria deaths, girl, okay? The company said that the site would close indefinitely and that it would permanently stop making liverwurst. Union officials said the plant's 500 workers would be given severance and offered relocation. Now, because of this listeria outbreak at that one main plant, they decided to go ahead and close it because, girl, like, we're going to get into the story, but apparently there have been a number of violations, bitch, against these people. And they're just like, girl, now that this story has gotten out and y'all out here killing folks, girl, and bitches are getting really sick. They're like, girl, please, we just got to wrap our hands of this. 500 people are out of work. 500 people that lived locally within that rural town relied on that plant. 500 people. That's exactly why y'all should have been taking that shit way more seriously, because people rely on those jobs to take care of their families. Y'all weren't checking the deed. You were too busy about the bottom line. Let's get into the story, though. Boars had announced on Friday that it would indefinitely shut down the troubled Virginia deli meat plant that it acknowledged had caused a deadly listeria outbreak, killing 9 people and sickening dozens more in 18 states. The company also said it had identified liverwurst processing as the source of contamination and would permanently discontinue the product. Given the seriousness of the outbreak and the fact that it originated at Gerat, we have made the difficult, excuse me if I butchered that name, we have made the difficult decision to indefinitely close this location. The company said in a statement posted on its website Friday. The shutdown affects about 500 workers in Gerat, Virginia, a small rural town whose economic livelihood largely depended on the plant's business. Federal inspectors had repeatedly found health and sanitation violations at the plant. In response to the inspection records and non-compliance reports at the Gerat plant, we will not make any excuses, the company said in a statement. 2 years ago, inspectors conducted an extensive review and concluded that conditions at the plant, rife with mold, rust and holes in the wall, posed an immediate threat to food safety. Girl, let alone human safety. Like, you got people working in mold, girl, and rust, and there's holes in the walls. Like, why are y'all not being violated by OSHA? I'm just saying, though. Fuck the food. I mean, yeah, the food, but the people too now. That just goes to show you people don't care about human lives, girl. Girl. That finding could have resulted in a warning letter or even a suspension of production there, but the U.S. Department of Agriculture did not take strict measures and allowed the plant to stay open until this outbreak forced the suspension in production in late July. Girl. New federal records released on Friday revealed that inspectors who went into the plant after the outbreak found the company had inadequate controls to prevent the bacterial contamination from spreading and had no written plans for employees to safeguard against cross-contamination. They tested for listeria in various places and found one positive result on equipment used to move ready-to-eat products. The findings were in an area that food safety experts consider critical to keep clean, the zone of the plant where food has passed through the cooking step and is on its way to delivery trucks. In July, Boar's Head started recalling its lunch meat after health departments and the Centers of Disease Girl, when the CDC gets involved, girl, you already know what's up, girl. They coming to get you, ET, bitch, period. Elliot, bitch. Girl, please. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention began to trace hospitalizations that now number 57, as well as 9 deaths of people 70 and older back to the meats produced at the site. At first, the recall involved only liverwurst, a lunch meat made of ground up pig livers, and other deli items on the same line. But then it expanded on July 29th to all meats from the plant, and the company paused production there. The CDC said the listeria strain that health officials found in liverwurst bought at retail outlets in Maryland and New York also matched the bacteria found in sick patients who reported eating other types of deli meat. This is the largest outbreak of listeria infection since an outbreak in 2011 linked to cantaloupe, which killed 33 people according to the CDC. Girl. Jonathan Williams, communications director of the United Food and Commercial Workers Local 400, which represents about 500 workers at that plant, said the plant's closing was especially unfortunate because he believed the outbreak was not the fault of the workforce. The company, he said, was providing severance packages and relocation to the employees. Boar's Head gave employees the option to continue to work at the other Virginia processing center that the company operates in Petersburg, about 40 minutes away, or to transfer to others, he said. The company runs facilities in Michigan, Indiana, New York, and Arkansas. Girl, I'm not gonna read all of this. That's a lot. But point blank period, y'all are disgusting. Y'all mismanaged the hell out of that plant. And again, you cost a lot of lives to have to be uprooted. I'm quite sure a lot of these people may look forward to the opportunity. If you're gonna pay relocation, some of these people, that might be a good way for some of these bitches to get up out of where they come from. that could be a blessing in disguise, so to speak. And you know, when you move and they pay for relocation, they have to adjust your pay according to whatever the average pay rate is for that area. So if you guys were in a rural town, they are probably taking advantage of you because the cost of living is very cheap. So now that you'll more than likely have the option to relocate if you choose to do so, they're going to have to go ahead and adjust your pay accordingly. So this may be a blessing in disguise for some people, but nonetheless, we should have never got here. Again, this further proves that the government itself, which, you know, oversees a lot of this stuff, the FDA, you have OSHA, you have, you know, the Department of Health. 2 years ago, y'all don't do follow-ups. And of course, this isn't the workers' fault. This is management. Whoever you have doing quality control or you know, whatever your, you know, inspectors' names are, all of them should be fired. And a lot of people, y'all should be charged criminally. This was preventive. All of this really is preventive. If you're just clean, I understand things happen. But on the grand scale, y'all, let me tell y'all what really be happening. This is what happens. When the economy goes up, right? When you have inflation, it becomes a little more expensive to supply the demand. And sometimes there really is no demand. So you have a lot of stock. And let's just tell the truth, meat, vegetables, fruits, they go bad very quickly. I don't care how much preservatives you line them bitches up with, eventually they all go bad. I think what it is what we see in these restaurants too, not restaurants, but these grocery stores. Please, y'all, stop buying pre-seasoned meat that you see over there. A lot of that is just old meat. They cut the mold off of it, girl. They season it up and say, oh, this is just ready to cook for you. You ain't got even, that's how they sell it to you lazy bitches out there. They dump it in marinade and all this other shit to make it smell good, but really, it's really bad meat. I think that's what Boar's Head did. I think they had a lot of stock. They're trying to get rid of stuff. They don't want to waste their money by throwing shit away. Again, I don't know if every food plant, I feel like, should have like a general inspector, someone who comes through with a fine tooth comb, bitch, and regulates the tea. Like, I just don't see how y'all can be getting away with being so reckless with people's lives. People have lost their life. People are currently in the hospital right now. By what, 60 people? And the only way, and this could have been going on, right? Obviously it was. The proof is in the article, right? This has been going on. So my thing is that the only reason you heard it, they said in the article itself, they just stopped production because they were called out. They were exposed. So this would have kept going on if no one got involved. And I think a whistleblower, someone needs to come out to the forefront and tell the truth. Because if Boar's Head, which is like one of the highest quality, well, we thought so at least before all of this, high quality, expensive meats, who else is getting away with this kind of foolishness? I would just love to know. What's up, Jace? How you doing? I mean, with a name like liverwurst. Okay, for real. Like, I'm not going to lie, when I was young, liverwurst was actually something I tried and ended up liking for a while. But it's so funny when you find out how something is made. That's why I stopped eating bologna. I stopped eating certain sausages. I used to love hot sausage and pickle eggs, child. Smash them holes up and put them in a bag and eat it, or spread them on a cracker. But when I find out how certain things are made and like what really is in, I lose all like appetite for it. Down here we frown upon potted meats, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do when times get a little rough. But again, there should have been no reason they got away with doing this for so long. I can only imagine how many more people out there have been affected by this. All right, so moving on to the next topic. You can't eat crab or lobster just for the fact they look like insects. You know what? It's so crazy. Like, yeah. But do you know the history of that though? Lobsters, crabs, shrimp, they're considered luxury now, but back in the day, that was considered poor people food, the impoverished, because of what you just said. They are the insects of the sea. I forget like how it happened, but basically, to make a long story short, later on down the road, because think about it, things that are of plenty are usually cheaper. Lobsters, crabs, they are of plenty. In fact, I believe it's the Arctic or Antarctic or whatever, child, snow crabs and crabs are considered an invasive species because there's just so many of them. So when you think about it, it should be cheaper, but a long time ago, they ended up flipping it. They wanted to make money off of it. So what they did was they started selling this whole like grandiose kind of story to the rich and powerful and the affluent, honey, okay? And we're like, girl, this is the top cuisine that signifies that you have some type of higher status, bitch. But in reality, when you think about it, like, yeah, it really, when you think about it, it's really disgusting. But girl, I ain't gonna lie. Them crab legs, girl, them lobsters, I don't fuck with lobster tails. But them lobster with that melted butter, girl. I went on a cruise one time, right? And the main dinner, you could tell black folks, we ain't know how to act, child. You know, when you go to the dinners, you can basically eat as much as you want. And I believe lobster was on the menu. And when I tell you, I had about 10 lobsters, bitch. I was feasting. God, the waiter was looking at me like, and that was when I was a biggin. I was a biggin. Okay. That was so good. Because it's, like I said, now it's so overpriced. Which is crazy too, because I feel like when you live next to the source of something, it should also be cheaper. Like, I'm in Florida. I feel like seafood should be cheaper. Fruits should be cheaper, especially citrus fruits should be cheaper, okay? But they're not for some weird reason. Crabs legitimately look like spiders. Spiders of the sea, honey. Liverwurst does taste good, but let's be honest, the way how certain lunch meat look, it looks like they mash various types of meat together. They do. Actually, if you read, even with like whole like chicken made with rib meat, I'd be looking at their ass like, why? If this is just a whole chicken, like why is it made with anything? It should just be a cut up whole chicken. Like, why does it have to be this is made with rib meat? If you ever pay attention to that, I'd be looking crazy sometimes. And then if you look at the sausages and stuff, you'll see on the ingredient label, oh, made with this, made with that. I'm like, okay, wow. I don't know. When you really think about food at its core, it's just like, That's why there's no hiccup when it comes to like fruits and vegetables. It looks clean. It looks delicious. It looks divine. It looks life-giving. Okay? Jesus. I know you passed out and had a good nap afterward. Oh, honey, let me tell you something. My cholesterol was high as hell, too. Honey, I passed out. Then woke up again because we're on a cruise, so I'm trying to get every little experience in. Woke up, went down to the club. It was like 2 a.m. Went to the club, hello God, the casinos and stuff. Drinks, keep them pouring up, hello God. Went to the comedy club, sat down on the deck, hello, in my robe and stuff, smoking my cigarettes and shit. Okay, period. I think I'm gonna go on a cruise next summer. I think me and my nephew are gonna probably go when he gets out for the summer break. I think that'll be a good thing. A nice outing. I haven't took a vacation in a minute. It's been a while. But anyway, on to the next story, child. I wanted to briefly talk about this Chase glitch that's been going on. It's not a glitch. It is considered fraud. And I just want to let people know something. Just like when COVID was going on, right? Miss Carisha, please, was reaping her ugly head through the streets of life. I don't know if you guys noticed. Well, I'm sure you did because it's been plastered on every social media platform. You have these large groups of people running through these luxurious department stores, snatching and grabbing, and mysteriously just being able to disappear. Mostly high-end luxury retail stores have their own security, and if not, security is not too far away. So what happened is some shop owners got arrested in Atlanta, I believe. And come to find out, they actually hired all of those people to rob their store so they can claim the insurance. You know why they did that? The economy is fucked. They weren't making money. So to break even, hello God, they set up this elaborate plan to have all of these people to rob them so they can again claim the insurance money. That's why I never went off on any of these situations that were happening, because they're running into Nike, they're running into Louis Vuitton and Chanel and Gucci and all these different higher end department stores stealing all this shit. They were hired to do it. Yes, because to this day, I haven't really heard anybody being arrested for any of that stuff. You could have at least caught one person, but y'all didn't even, they never pushed the issue. So Chase Bank, out of all the banks, they have a really good reputation of being secure, right? They have a really strong and dedicated fraud department. Trust me, I know. What's up, Vivian? How you doing, boo? Yes, honey. It's not a glitch. Again, it is fraud, but it is a loophole that I feel Chase opened up on their own because, again, we have to look at the state of the economy. No one's really talking about it. No one's talking about the reality of what Americans are actually faced with right now. That's what happens when you are too busy looking on social media and seeing people that you think are doing okay. Put the phone down, turn off the television, and walk outside. Walk around your community. I guarantee you, it's not a bitch gallivanting through the fields of life, slow motion. You got the daisies and all of the pollen exuding ass plants flying their dust debris in the air, girl. You got that twinkle in your eye. No, it's not like that. It's struggle and strife, bitch. That's the majority. See, this is, again, how media controls the narrative. They want people to think that it's getting better. Gas prices are dropping a little bit now. Girl, it's election season. Of course they're dropping right now. There's no real traveling going on right now. People are trying to save their money up for Christmas and the holidays coming up soon, girl. There's a lot of near end of the year birthdays coming up, bitch. Trust and believe. That none of these sales and clearance and dropped prices, girl, it's just to give the illusion of there's no real inflation. Spending is happening. Spending is not happening. We are still very poor and very much struggling out here in the streets of life. So when the kids started snatching up all these funds from Chase and all these other scams that they do, I feel like it's all loopholes. Look at what they did. There was an intention behind PPP loans. Why do you think you don't really hear about any of those people getting arrested? The only ones that are facing any real situations are the ones taking the $1 million type of shit, you know? To tell the truth, I feel like it's all open for a reason. Because what happens is you can reap the benefit on both ends. If you do get these people, which let's just tell the truth, how are they gonna repay? The prisons and jails are already over extended. These aren't crimes of a violent nature. You can do a repayment plan all day long, but there really are no jobs out here. I don't know where, again, we're watching social media, we're paying attention to this one-way street without looking both ways and around the corner, bitch, to see the truth. There are no jobs out here. There really isn't. At least ones that pay well enough, to where you can survive. I don't put it past none of these businesses, these corporations to do what would, girl, sometimes you got to sacrifice the few for the many. That's how a lot of these people look at it. We don't mind taking that hit on the back end, on the front end, because on the back end, we're going to recoup these funds and then some. I'm just saying, though. That's why I don't go against people out here. You got to scam, you got to hustle, do your thing, honey. They out here providing the loophole. So sometimes you got to take advantage of the loophole. A lot of these companies have state-of-the-art technology. There's like double encryption, girl. Like, let's just tell the truth. All these different authentications that you got to go through to get into your own account, let alone trying to break into somebody else's account. Come on now. You guys left the key in the door for anyone to come in because after all the theft and scamming and fraud they about to do, you know that that's an insurance claim. Tell the truth. And let's be more honest here, because the impoverished are the ones who will be more than likely, hello God, to go forth and to boldly go into the world of scamming, right? And the impoverished are more than likely who? People of color. So not only will these banks and other companies get back their funds and then some, you have just let white people continue to gain the control over our Black life by putting us in the jail and the prisons, by putting shit on our records. That way we can't better our lives in the future. So on the one hand, yes, I'm with all the scammers and getters, girl, do what you got to do, but you got to think about the long-term effect of it all as well. You might just be playing into the hand of the enemy, and you will be ensnared in the trap. I just want to let y'all know that. Okay? Exactly. Can't compare our day-to-day lives with other people's highlight reels. I'm just telling you, half the people be fake. That's something else I wanted to briefly get into real quick. Can we stop normalizing all of these people on TikTok specifically creating lies, fallacies for the intention of going viral, and because now people want that to be part of the creator program so bad over there, they're literally creating lying ass videos and content just to trap you in. So the trend, and this is what I hate too, there's a trend going on where these Black women are reporting their supposed ain't shit baby daddies, husband, boyfriend, side nigga, whoever, girl. And more specifically, playing into the trope of the beaten down, scorned, cheated on Black mother. You have there's a specific page, I don't know the name of it right now, but there's this girl and her boyfriend. She always acting like he cheating on her, he taking her car. It's a lot. There's another one where this lady be having it out with her son all the time, and it's a call to, why Black father's supposed to be in the home. But all of that's just, it's wrapped up in lies and foolishness to garner viewership, and that viewership will provide it the coin later on down the road if they're part of the creator program. Please, The rest of Tessa, bitch, I feel like all of that was a lie. There's a lot of people on here that are really making it off of lies and foolishness. Again, girl, do what you gotta do, but I'm just letting y'all know that that shit is just not cool in my opinion. Okay, I don't subscribe to stuff like that. I'm very real about what I talk about on my platforms. Whether it's a story time, whether it's what we're doing right now, I'm always gonna come through and give authentic shit, real life situations. Now there may be an exaggeration here or there, hello God, for entertainment purposes, but nonetheless, it's all very real. I cannot stand people that will. And then what happens is, like we see with the girl and the boyfriend, people are in the comments like bashing that dude. And then when she got figured out for her lies and her deceit, now they're making couple content. Girl, please, over it. All right. Another rumor that needs to be dispelled is there are no reports, there are no official, actual, factual reports of Venezuelan gang members taking over Colorado or any other apartment complex in any city, state in the United States of America. Again, people, we need to start thinking with the third eye. I know a lot of y'all don't have that yet. Y'all are too busy bathing in demonic foolishness. To the point where I just don't think y'all can see clearly. It is election season. There's a lot of things that come out during election season, and this is one of those things. Honey, there's no official reports. There's no Venezuelan gang, girl. Moving on. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to get into our main topics right now. Okay, anybody coming through the building, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. I don't necessarily give a damn about sports like that. Football has recently became, my nephew's a football player, so I've been kind of like heavily immersed in that world. So I have taken somewhat of an interest in it. And y'all know I just love Odell Beckham. So anything that Odell Beckham does, hello God, I don't mind watching and being a part of. But apparently the people that run the Super Bowl, I guess Rock Nation is a part of that now. I don't really know all the particulars of that. I think Jay-Z or Rock Nation has been designated to be like the talent search, for the Super Bowl. I don't know the full extent of what he actually does for them, but I know that's a piece of it, right? So apparently, the table has been shooketh by Nicki Minaj girl. She's out here defending Weezy F Baby because it has been announced that Kendrick Lamar will be the performer for the halftime show for the Super Bowl 2025. Apparently, the Super Bowl will be held in Louisiana, and I guess people just automatically thought that Lil Wayne would have been the front runner and the only, artist to come to mind. Excuse me, because he's from there. And of course, you have Nicki on her coke rants. I just wish that she would speak plainly and stop speaking in coked up gibberish. I just speak clearly, girl. Like just say if you're gonna go there, if you're gonna try to push against the wheel, be real. That's all that we're really asking, girl. Please. I'm just so sick of this whole like coke-fueled method of communication. Stop. Say what you really want to say. Stop. I don't have time to be connecting no dots and doing. If you're gonna go there, boldly go there, girl. Period. I'm sick of it. And I know a lot of people, y'all don't like when I talk like this, but it is the truth though. Listen to her. Like y'all remove your stan status, girl. Like this is fueled by coke. fueled by cocaine, girl. There's nothing called exhaustion mixed in with cocaine or cocaine mixed with exhaustion. Nonetheless, it's coke. She's becoming like Kanye West. I don't want to hear or listen to anything that comes out of your mouth. I don't want to read anything that you tweet because it's always just, girl, shut the fuck up and just be grateful for the life that you have. I know that Lil Wayne is a Zanny pack fueled his self-charm. He is doped or hyped up on painkillers and lean, bitch, dirty Sprite on top of dirty Sprite. So y'all feel like just because he's serving senior citizen vibes, because of his drug-induced state, girl, that y'all feel like y'all have to play his assisted living caregivers, bitch, and speak on his behalf. I care about entertainment. I care about what's going to move me. And if we can just tell the truth, and I want to start this off before we get into the rant, girl, that Lil Wayne will always be in my top 5. Hands down, Lil Wayne is probably one of the greatest rappers to ever do it. One of the greatest lyricists to ever do it. And at one point in life, I would have even went a step further and said, the greatest rapper alive. But I don't think anybody has ever said that Lil Wayne is a great entertainer. I never heard someone say, child, we left that Lil Wayne concert and it was everything, girl. Actually, we see evidence. Hello, God, shout out to Conscious TV. I know he had this conversation. Shout out to the many people who are providing proof because we got to stand up for Kendrick in this moment. It's not his fault that he's professional. It's not his fault that he has the health and wealth, hello God, to actually put on a full performance and be entertaining. Kendrick Lamar, just like Megan Thee Stallion, has been the moment for 2024. I don't care what anybody says. You can't get mad at these businesses and corporations like the NFL who are rooted in entertainment. Hello, but where most of their dollars come from, hello, God. Why am I going up with, yeah, Lil Wayne is a staple. He's legendary, but he's not the moment. So we got to think about what's our return going to be? What do we get out of this as a business? We need to probe someone who is the moment. Speaking of the whole Rock Nation situation, let me take a drink of water for this. I need y'all to stop with the whole Rock Nation conspiracy theories. I know Nikki and Tory Lanez and probably a few other people that I can't think of at the moment have put it in people's minds that Rock Nation, i.e. Jay-Z and Beyonce, have all of this power and are using their power to promote and to propagate their own agenda. And I'm going to say this. I have not seen that evidence anywhere. I think when I think of Jay-Z and Beyonce, I think of business-minded individuals who are not thinking for the short term. They're thinking for the long term. They're thinking about legacy. They're thinking about Black ownership, Black independent ownership, having a piece of something that belongs to them, that's credible, that makes an impact in our community. When you think of all these other labels and these other entities that are so-called for the people, and I know that Jay-Z and Beyonce have their own little whatever, but I'm just telling the truth. I'm going based off what I've seen, right? They have the longevity and the credibility in the game to prove that they have been for Black life. A lot of these other Black-owned record labels, as we see with P. Diddy, as we see with Dr. Dre's label, as we saw with Death Row Records, girl, it's never about the artist. Hello. It's about the money. They don't care. Jay-Z seems like, when he started Tidal, didn't he give like all of the people, a certain percentage of the company or something like, or Rock Nation or whatever he did? It seems like every move, even though I have my own things to say about them, I will say proof is in the facts. Every single thing that I feel like Rock Nation has done has been to the betterment of our community. All these other people use and abuse us. Let's tell the truth. It's the truth. Cash Money, Young Money. When we look at that label, we think of corruption. Every artist, let's tell the truth, that has made its way through that record label is either dead now, hyped up on drugs, or one foot in the goddamn grave. They are not a powerhouse. Lil Wayne is the only person that was able to survive. And I have other reasons to believe why he was the one to survive, but that's another video. Look at the history. Look at Bad Boy Records. You have a few people. But these record labels have no real history in being there for their artists for the long run. I'm actually kind of surprised with all of the lawsuits and bitter ex-employees, and they have just cause too. They have cause to be bitter. I wonder why an investigation hasn't been initiated when it comes to Cat Birdman and Slim, whatever his name is. What's that guy's name? I forget his name. I just would love to know. Lil Wayne went through a lot with Birdman. And crazily enough, Birdman is actually out here trying to scream for Lil Wayne as well, which is crazy because he had to sue you because come to find out, child, y'all thought that boy was all leaned up. You thought he wasn't going to think for himself and think about where his fucking money was going. And you owed him all of these coins. And then come to find out later on, child, because Lil Wayne was so jacked up on drugs and mixed cocktails, girl, he lost sight of paying his taxes. And Jay-Z, not Birdman, the one who said, I take care of all my children, right? Jay-Z came through and paid the entire $14 million that Lil Wayne owed in taxes. Again, someone who's been there for the community. And you don't see Jay-Z really like talk about this stuff, like what he does for people and shit like that. And I love stuff like that. But between Nicki Minaj, her coke rants, and all these other people, Rock Nation, they say Rock Nation, but really, think about this. Even when we talk about Nicki Minaj, right? This old coke and fuel bitch sits here and says Rock Nation, and she's been talking about it a lot because, she don't like Megan, and, Rock Nation and Megan go hand in hand nowadays, okay? Now you got Nicki Minaj sitting around here. You want to put a name on it, but you won't. Think about it. Nicki Minaj was eating the Crustables out of Beyonce's asshole not too long ago. What happened to their relationship? See, Nicki's so petty, she don't believe that her friends could be friends with people that she don't like. And I think something might have happened internally that neither Bey or Nicki's actually talking about, to where Beyonce just kind of like backed up from her. Something happened. Because how do we go from doing music videos, having songs together, to now all of a sudden y'all don't talk? There's no line of communication. There's no visible relationship whatsoever amongst the two. And then I'm sick of the all roads lead back to Megan Thee Stallion. Why? I'm so sick of y'all with that. I'm so sick of y'all with that stuff. sometimes a situation is just a situation. Y'all be making it way more and more complex and diluted than it needs to be, child. I don't feel bad for Wayne. I know he came out with a response as well, and I don't have time to listen to, crack behavior. I love Wayne, but Wayne did it to himself. You're all up on these drugs. You're not socially aware. You're not even intimately aware of what's going on in your own world, let alone the world of everybody else. You've been famous since you were 16 years old, so I think a lot of the shit that, the everyday person experiences is just kind of like beyond you. And again, just being on drugs for many years has just depleted his brain cells to the point where he's literally a walking slushie. And like I said before, the proof is in the lack of entertainment that you provide at your shows. I don't really think we would have got our life with the Lil Wayne halftime show. I think that actually might have had him catch a heart attack, bitch, and die. So maybe this decision is saving your life. Because let's tell the truth, I think a lot of artists forget that when you're performing and going on tour and doing these things, you got to go to the gym. You got to eat better. You got to practice. You got to rehearse. You see a lot of these dudes. You see like NLE Choppa. We're going to talk about him in a minute. Got a lot of these other guys. They go to the gym. They work out. It shows. You can tell. The body is bodying. The fact that they're able to perform for long periods of time. They have the stamina, which shows that they've been working out. They're on point with their performance because they've been rehearsing. I'm sorry, Wayne. You just don't. You don't excite the kids enough to want to show up at your shows, child. I'm sorry. And just to even have a conversation with you, I can see why people don't even want to interview you because it's girl. It's like talking to Anna Nicole Smith. May she rest in peace. What was ever the point, bitch? I'm just saying though. I do have something to say because the NFL really pisses me off sometimes. One of the excuses for, choosing Kendrick over Wayne was that they wanted something that was a little bit more family friendly. I said, not the NFL talking about they wanted to be a little bit more family friendly, right? The NFL literally is a way station of hopes and dreams, which really is the slavery of it all, right? CTE, remember that whole thing, right? We talk about that a lot over here. The game itself is brutal in nature. A lot of high school players last year, a lot of college athletes, NFL players, believe it or not. I think there's maybe a dozen or more that passed away in the last year because of injuries on the field. The NFL that openly, hello, God, you have owners of NFL teams who are allegedly in the Jeffrey Epstein Black Book. But y'all want to talk about family friendly. Oh, because it's public? Oh, because your filth is behind closed doors. It's okay, right? Oh, okay. I just find that odd. You want family friendly. Whatever. Y'all don't care about that. NLE Choppa, let's get into it. And then we're going to get into the presidential debate. And that will be it. So, I love NLE Choppa. I like him as a rapper, entertainer. I like him as a person. I'm not even going to lie. But recently, I've been thinking. You know me, all I do is think, right? So he did Pride. He did Atlanta Pride. And he obviously performed his successful hit song. Was it Slut Me Out too or something like that? Ooh, excuse me. He performed that song at Atlanta Pride, dressed in all black, with a shirt on. And I know some of y'all are like, okay. But I find it interesting that every time I've seen him perform that song, it's been without a shirt. Some would argue, well, you know why he has a shirt on. He's at a gay place. Like, why would he, a straight rapper, be in a gay club, being shirtless, knowing that some of the girls can get a little handsy? All right. I respect that. I see that. But just like when Tank talked about, and we've not just seen him talk about it, we actually have seen the performances. When Tank has been invited to do Pride, he performs his songs in that setting the way he does every other setting. Shirtless, oiled down, very sexual vibes. From what I can tell, and he's never openly said that he was never violated nor disrespected. NLE Choppa, right after Atlanta Pride, did a college campus. He did the same song, shirtless. During the whole week after Pride and the college performance, he penned a message, I'm coming out. Everyone in their foolishness thought that he was actually talking about coming out the closet. I look at that as gay baiting because we know you just did Pride. We know prior to Pride and during Pride and even after Pride, all of the gay rumors were coming out. You intentionally, in my humble opinion, you intentionally played on the gay shit because you know that's the talk of the town. Just look at you. You look like a young, black, sexy, thug male. Let's tell the truth. You knew that that was going to build up some type of traction. Again, we have to think about this like this, honey. Press, regardless of it's negative or positive, no one cares. You're still being talked about. Bad publicity is still publicity. And to go a step further, he was also featured in Fashion Week. He was a model for some really cute brands. But they decided to dress him up and Offset in dresses and real feminine clothing. And, you know, for the sake of fashion, I don't really have a problem with it. But I just, you know, when we talk about feminizing our black males, I think there is something to be said about that. That's not a discussion for right now, maybe later on down the road. Well, I don't want y'all thinking I'm anti-gay, but I'm not. I just don't like that. Adds to that, and when I see stuff like that happen, like, y'all wouldn't try anybody else like that. I know Offset is a big proponent in the fashion world. I know he loves fashion. I know he's a designer himself, child. And I know NLE Choppa has been on his fashion kick lately. But I just find it real interesting that they decided to dress them up in the most feminine fashions that y'all are featuring on your runways. So when we have that with NLE Choppa, plus everything we just talked about, it kind of goes into that. Now you have a new project that you're releasing. I don't know. It's coming off gay baby. I don't really respect people that do shit like that. I really don't respect the gay baiting. I just, you know, y'all already coming talking. Y'all stealing our fashion. You're stealing our words. You're stealing our phrases. You're stealing our personalities. You're stealing everything from us. But I don't know. I like him. I think that he's an ally. I heard somewhere he has a gay brother. I need to look that up for myself because every time I follow him on Instagram and TikTok, I don't ever see him with a brother. So I don't know. I have to find that somewhere. But I do feel like he's a genuine person in terms of being an ally and loving on our community. But I think that I don't believe in coincidence. A lot of this stuff seems staged and forced and calculated. And I know some of y'all are going to be like, girl, you just a messy queen. You wanted to see that boy without his shirt at Gay Pride. No, I had a feeling going into it that he was going to wear a shirt, but I wanted to see it for myself. And he did. And he just kind of was like, okay, I guess, girl. But anyway, I just hope that he's not playing on our time. I'm tired of people playing and people playing on our time and we allowing people to play on our time. I'm done with that shit. Because think about it. They don't respect us when a real one steps in the room. They don't respect us. But you want to talk like us. You want to steal all the things from us. Just don't like that. Anyway, speaking of baiting, let's get into the presidential debate very briefly, and then we're going to get out of here. Bitch, I'm tired. Oh, my God, I'm so tired. It was a long gym session today, and I have a video coming out at 10 p.m., a Pleasure Points video, so please make sure you get into that. Okay, you're going to live. You're going to live. So I didn't watch the entirety of the presidential debate, but I did see some clips here and there on TikTok, and I just wanted to say, Kamala Harris baited the entire shit out of Donald Trump, okay? I was so proud of that moment, and this is why we have to remove our ego and our pride, because people can play on that, and then you begin to see the real versions of those people. And that's all Kamala Harris, in my opinion, was doing most, if not all, of the night. At least every clip that I saw, that smile you kept seeing from Kamala Harris, it was like, yeah, bitch, you're feeding right into my trap. My plan is working perfectly. She would hit on things that would hit his ego. Like when she talked about his rallies, she knew that my rallies have big turnouts. Really big turnouts. No one leaves my rallies. My rallies are everything, girl. And you see her smiling, like, continue to show the American people just how retarded you are. And that's all I really care to talk about in terms of the debate, is just the strategic move that Kamala and her team made by, let's continue to expose this man for the filth that he is, the retardation that has befallen him, the fact that this man is not equipped in any way whatsoever to run this country. Let's expose this fact. And what this furthermore does is that the people, after this debate, if the people that supported Donald Trump continue to support Donald Trump, then we know for a fact that y'all are the bitches that we're talking about here today. You guys are insane psychopaths. And that goes into the larger discussion that I wanted to have, that I don't think anyone's having. I don't hear it anywhere. So let's get into it real quick before we get up out of here. The fact that Donald Trump won his first presidential election, right? And now, let's tell the truth, we have found that the reason you won is because of voter fraud. Yeah, voter fraud. So really, you were the illegitimate president. Hillary should have won. Point blank, period. The fact that that's not being talked about, I don't know why. I just think that's a very big piece of a very large puzzle that was difficult to try to put together or envision putting together, period, you know? The fact that we're not retracing our steps and righting that wrong for history's sake befuddles the hell out of me. But okay, whatever. Y'all don't care, right? And through all of this, we have a man who has been charged, who is a criminal, who is a fraudster, a cheat, a scammer, who is violent, who also is in the Jeffrey Epstein Black Book as well. We're talking about crimes against humanity, girl. Pre-president, during president, being the president, and even after being the president. And this man still has his foot on the Republicans' neck to the point where he is still the Republican nominee. This goes to the mental health of all of the people that are propping this man up. Don't you think there's something serious that needs to be talked about in terms of if your belief systems align with Donald Trump's ideologies and belief systems as well, right? Well, ideologies are belief systems anyway. Isn't that doesn't scare y'all? Y'all aren't fearful to know that in order to have, you got to think about millions of people go up for this man. I forget how many people are in this. Let's see how many. Hey Siri, how many people live in America?
In 2021, the population of the United States was 332,278,200.
And that's just in 2021, right? And we got to take out a bunch of other shit because, you know, people that are legally able to vote. So I'm not even going to try to put a ballpark figure out there. I'm just saying, though, to even get to that point, to be considered the one out of all of these millions of people, right? That means you got millions on top of millions of people who think and act and believe the way you do. And because of you and what you stand for, you have allowed a lot of people, millions and millions of people that used to just hide their racism, that used to hide their belligerent, nasty, retarded ways. Hello, God. Now they feel safe to come out and be more public and bold with their foolishness. Now, that's one thing I do appreciate, though, because I'd rather be able to spot the enemy, hello God, rather than looking around trying to figure out who it is. Thank you. There's a red dot on your ass. I appreciate you for standing up and taking ownership of your filth. Now I know who the hell you are. But I think there's something to be said about that kind of influence, and in a country that has already seen so much of torture and bloodshed and just racism and bigotry and division, and it's a lot. And to think that in 2024, when we're supposed to be advancing and moving forward, and to think that we're still having these very, very old and primitive ass issues. So when I say that we deserve everything that we got coming to us, that's what I mean. If this isn't enough for a revolution, I don't know. If this isn't enough for people to just stand up and take back the country to truly make it great, because it never was great. We have to make it great. Make America great. Not again, because it never was great. You're never great. You're never a great nation. Let's tell the truth. If you are divided, if the people are divided. You guys have allowed capitalism, classism, racism, all of the schisms, girl, to come through and spread chaos and confusion to the point of no real return. We're going back instead of moving forward. There's a lot to say about that. Someone literally called Stevie Wonder the N-word misspelled on purpose for speaking at the DNC. Ooh, child. You see what I'm saying, though? And then let's take just another excerpt from Donald Trump when he was talking about the people in, I forget, somewhere where the Haitian immigrants are eating cats, eating the neighborhood pets. When you heard that come out of his mouth, rightfully so, the first instinct is to laugh. But the second instinct, well, which is really the first instinct, but you're gonna laugh first. But the first thing that comes to your mind is like, why are we debating with this man? Why are we talking to this man? And even the moderator, God bless him, honey, because he fact checked everything. He was prepared. Okay. He had to let him know there is no actual reports of these things happening. Now Trump does not even want to debate Kamala Harris any further. Because when this debate was done, I guarantee you, the Republicans were like, girl, you're finished. She tricked you. You fell into the trap, girl. You were ensnared. And America, we can't trust this man. You're talking about one of the most powerful positions in the world. That's who y'all want? I don't give a damn if Kamala Harris was purple. Hello. And she praised the sun gods. Hello, God. If she was doing rain dances behind the White House. That's a much better pick than that guy. Yeah. The guy who knows nothing of policy, whether it's foreign policy, domestic policy, he doesn't know policy at all. He doesn't know anything about anything. You're talking about a man who has failed businesses over time. Yeah, he might be a billionaire, but is that really what he is? Girl, he can inflate the numbers to trick the IRS. How do we know he can't inflate the numbers? You failed at business so many times, girl. You're not even good at that. You can't even put a smile on Melania Trump's face. Bitch. Okay. That lady always looks like she's just backed up. Girl, you just need a good fuck. That's all you need. You need real dick in your life, girl. Melania Trump be looking so serious. Like she's a Russian soldier, bitch. Okay. Mom be looking like La Femme Nikita, bitch. But that's all I really wanted to talk about, y'all. Again, like I just think that it's a no-brainer for this election season. I know that I've had a lot of things to say about Kamala Harris in the past. One thing that stood out to me in this debate was she touched very heavily on being here for the American people. I don't know what her policies are. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what her plans are, to be honest with you. But and I hate even having these conversations. It's the lesser of two evils kind of conversation. But anybody who openly talks about, because we gotta start holding these people to the fire. Y'all be wanting our votes. We have the power to put you in this seat. I feel like we, the people, really need to be holding people accountable for the things that they say. Because y'all don't mind fact-checking people in the moment, right? So when these people become president, I want you to start fact-checking them. Hey, didn't you say within your first 100 days you were going to do X, Y, and Z? Didn't you say that this was part of your economic plan, X, Y, and Z? Blah, 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 blah. Like, you said these things. Hold these people accountable. But when anybody starts talking about, I'm here for the people, I want to listen to the American people, I want to make things better for the American people. And I think Kamala has a great temperament to be in that seat. So yeah, I mean, she'll more than likely be getting my vote. I'm not, whether I vote or not, Trump is not getting nothing from me. Okay? I'm just saying. Another thing I wanted to, damn, it was right at the top of my head. I forgot. Damn. Must not have been all that important. Oh, yeah. Anybody else wondering what the hell's Joe Biden doing right now? Because y'all do know he's our president until January. So where the hell where's she at? Where's Joe at? Where's Josephine at? What's she doing? See, the thing about it is that we're so wrapped up in this election, we're forgetting that we still have a president, hello God, who should be doing some shit for us still. Period. I'm just saying though, I don't think he's doing that good. We haven't seen him like that. I think his health is declining. His mental health even further is declining. Physical health, obviously. And how we cure all that is stop letting all these 80,000-year-old people run for president, girl. We need to change with the times. We need a fresher take on things. Legally speaking, I think you got to be 35 or older to be able to run for president, right? Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm 36, and I think I'd be a great president, but I still have some growing to do and some learning to do, okay? So maybe we can get us like someone that's 40, 45, hello God, 50. Can we just get a younger bitch in the seat? You know, how old is Kamala? Hey Siri. How old is Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris is 59 years old.
59? Does Kamala Harris have kids?
Kamala Harris has one son and one daughter are Cole Imhoff and Ella Imhoff.
Girl, them kids look white as hell. Girl, them kids don't look nothing like her. Them kids like they got listeria. Girl. Them kids don't look nothing like her. That's like Michael Jackson, girl, and Lisa Marie Presley. May she rest in peace. Little Blanket and Storm Cloud, or whatever her name is. Child, please. 59. She's 59, so that's a good age. She still got all her mental faculties in place. Hello, God. Oh, they're not her kids? Oh, well, that explains it. Thank you. Because I was about to say, honey, them kids look a little, saltine cracker, bitch. Okay. But anyway, yeah. What's up, Kayla? How you doing? Stop it, YB. She do be looking like she ain't got a soul, though. Well, you heard what she said. She said, fuck them kids. You heard Melania, honey. When she was like, Christmas, where the fuck the children? That's, I was like, girl. I know there was more context there, but the clip that they put out, I think I reported on that. She said, fuck the children. I said, oh, girl, not fuck the kids. Stop, girl. Tell us how you really feel. But anyway, y'all, I'm finna jump. I'm finna get up out of here. I need to rest for a minute. I had a really rigorous gym workout, and the Pleasure Points video that I have coming out at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will explain also why I'm tired. Hello, God. Please get into that video if that's your zhuzh. Yeah. But anyway, it was fun. It was nice. Trying to get back into the swing of things. It's a little earlier. I think maybe I probably should have did this later on, but I felt like I was tired. I like that her daughter was named after Ella Fitzgerald. I named my dog after her too. Ella Fitzgerald. I'm not even going to act like I know who that is. Hey Siri. Who's Ella Fitzgerald?
Ella Jane Fitzgerald was an American singer, songwriter, and composer, sometimes referred to as the First Lady of Song, Queen of Jazz, and Lady Ella. Do you want me to keep?
All right now. Shout out to Ella Fitzgerald, the Queen of Song. Look at me learning something new. All right, y'all, I'm finna go. Love you guys. For the people catching the replay, I appreciate y'all. For the people that have been in the building that haven't done so, please make sure to like the video. I appreciate you guys engaging. Yeah, look forward to more videos coming out this week. And I'm gonna try to go live at least once a week to talk about hot topics, current events, things of that nature. Again, just an effort to stay more consistent and on point with shit. Okay, over here on the platform. Yeah. And shit, we ain't got no Chasing Orlando this Thursday. So, yeah, so just look forward to different content from me. And yeah, y'all be blessed, never stressed. Remember that health is truly wealth. And take care. Bye.